Hello my friend and welcome back. My name is Hannah and today I have a what's in my collection video. I know that right now the trend in the beauty community is to do these big giant declutters, and that's what everybody loves to watch because they declutter their own things. I personally did a declutter not too long ago, so I don't think I really have anything that I need to declutter. I do have things that I might declutter later on that like I'm only holding on to them because they do what I need them to do, but I'm looking for something better. Or they're just items that I purchased that I'm like, I'm okay with and I would like to get through as much of it as I can before I get rid of it, yada, yada, yada. So I don't know. This is like my first like true December in like beauty content. So I kind of want to use this as like a place marker. So maybe this time next year I can see what I've kept, what I've gotten rid of, kind of like what my preferences and items are. I'm going to flip you guys around so you can see everything that I'm talking about. Originally, this was just going to be on my foundations, but I've noticed that like I don't have too many concealers either, and I can just do a whole video kind of covering the topic. So I'm going to show you the things that I have in my collection, kind of give you some information on why I'm keeping them. And then I don't know if maybe I'll do another declutter down the line. I don't know. That would be more like spring, summer for me, depending. Right now I am in the market looking for a foundation, and I know that there's one coming out in January that I have my eyes on. But even then, adding that one product to my collection, I don't know if it would make me toss the other ones that I have, but we'll get there. So I'm gonna flip you guys around so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, and you'll see kind of what my vanity looks like. Okay, so this is the top of my vanity. Everything that I keep in this basket over here are the things that I reach for consistently, are like my absolute favorites. Sometimes there's new items in here that I'm like trying, so I put them in here to reach for them, easy access. Everything in this container, it is stored on the shelving that you see behind me in the videos. It's not that I don't love these items, these are just maybe items that I'm not reaching for right now. And say I have a new concealer that I'm testing out, I'm going to swap it with something else, so I just like to be organized and have a spot for everything. So I'm going to start with all the items that I have in this basket because I know these are the things that are my favorite and that I absolutely love because they've been sitting here. So I'm going to start with my Fenty Eavesdrops. I have mine in the shade 8. This is my absolute favorite foundation-esque kind of product. It is supposed to be a skin tint, but I mean, I'm personally a fan of like a lighter, more liquidy kind of foundation anyway, as you'll see when we get to the basket. But this is my favorite. I reach for this one the most. I can see myself repurchasing this one when I run out. This is just a really good product. I love the finish. I love the way that it sits on my skin. I don't have any complaints about this product really. I think it's really, really good. One of the best products to come out of 2021, I believe. So that one could go back in its home. Let's talk about my face powders. So I have 3 here. And this is my NYX HD finishing powder in the shade Banana. I do have a backup of this one in my basket, I believe. Yes. This one is my absolute favorite for setting my under eye. For my skin tone and my under shades or my undertones, I like this yellow product. I could use this over my face, but I like to use it wherever I apply my concealer, which is usually like my under eyes and a little bit on my nose. And it's just really, really good. It really brightens the area, holds my concealer down where I need it to hold it down. As you can see, I've reached pan a little bit on this one, so that's why I bought the second one. I don't know, NYX is going through a thing where like there's products that I love that they're discontinuing. So I just wanted to make sure I had a backup of this one, but from my understanding, this one isn't going anywhere anytime soon because it even says fan favorite on, like when you go to like their website or Ulta's website, it says fan favorite, so they know that the people love it. So I think they would be horrible monsters if they got rid of it. The other face product that I use, this is what I'll use for the rest of my face, is the Nabla Smoothing Pressed Powder, and this is the shade Light. I do have the medium shade. The medium one is a little bit darker, but when I have more of like my summer tan, it works a little bit better, because when I do have tan skin and I use the light one, it does leave a little bit of like a white-ish kind of kickback. So I'm using this one right now for the winter time. Again, this is just what I use to set any of my foundations and things like that. Like, I don't have to set my Fenty one. It kind of does its own thing and adheres to my skin really nicely. But if I'm using a different kind of like face product, sometimes I might have to set it. It just depends on what I'm doing, but this would be the product if I needed to set anything that I would reach for. That one is more of a matte finish. So I do have the Becca. Unfortunately, this item isn't available anymore, but it is the Light Shifter Finishing Veil in Star Child 2. I like this one because where the Nabla one is more of like a matte finish, this is more of like I wouldn't say like a dewy finish, but it gives more like, I wouldn't say it's a satin either. I don't know, it doesn't make my face look like a highlighter, but it just makes my skin look a bit more, I don't want to say shimmery either. Is dewy the word that I'm actually looking for? There's just like moisture to my face is what I guess I'll say. This is really nice. I do like to pair it with the other Becca face tint that came out in this collection. I know Smashbox has kind of taken over a lot of Becca's formulas, so I hope that they come back out with this one, because this I think was like their final product, like collection anyway, that they released before they left. I know they had like a highlighter in something like that, but this was like a whole collection, because there was like a few products that came out with this line. If you're lucky, you can find this in your TJ Maxx. I still see it from time to time, especially in this shade. I just don't want to repurchase it because I don't know if it is going to come back, and I don't know. I don't like to use things that aren't available on camera, and I don't know. I'm sad because I like the kind of finish that this gives me, and I hope that Smashbox picks it back up. So that one lives over here as well. And then let's talk about the concealers that I have. So I have two. I have the Nabla Regeneration and the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I love this one when I'm doing like a no makeup look. Like, this is like my natural tone. I could get this in a lighter shade to do more of like the highlighty kind of concealing. But this one is just like my like almost exact skin tone, and I like this for like, again, when I'm just doing light makeup for work. This is what I like to reach for, especially if I have more like tired looking eyes. I like to reach for this. This is really, really good. I really enjoy this, so that one gets to live in its home. So the next concealer I want to talk about is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I think this is a wonderful concealer. It is so light, but it's buildable, and I use one pump and I can use it to highlight all the different spots in my face that I would normally highlight. The way that it sits, it reminds me so much of a few of the other concealers that I have in my collection. So if you were looking at some of the Fenty items and some of the other NYX items, I don't know, I can do a comparison for you. But I think this is a really wonderful concealer. This is what I like to use most times if I'm just doing like, especially like just my normal makeup or just makeup for filming. This is usually the concealer I reach for the most. I think it's really, really nice, and I think it's slept on. I think a lot of people may have seen that this had come out and maybe had already had other things, but this is a really, really good formula, and I think it competes with a lot of the more higher end stuff that's out there. So that one gets to live in its home. And now we're going to get to the basket. I'll start with the concealer since we were just talking about concealers. So I have these two here, the Born to Glow from NYX and the Fenty Bright Fix in the shade Butter. I love these, but these are very, very similar to this last NYX concealer that I mentioned. So this NYX concealer with the pink cap is a serum, which is very similar in consistency to how this Fenty Bright Fix works. This is very, very light. A little bit goes a long way. This is supposed to be more of like a color corrector, and then you could put like your normal concealer on top. I just use this as my normal concealer. I pair this with my Fenty one all the time. I think this is really, really nice, and I will most likely repurchase it. But if this was too far out of your price range, these are very, very similar. And the shade Butter and the shade Vanilla are exactly the same. Like this could be the dupe for the Fenty, but like it's good. Not good for the price, good. It's just good. So these are two that I really enjoy having in my collection. Are they similar? Yes. I don't know. I feel like this one is a little bit lighter, and if this one does fade throughout the day, I don't know. I guess I don't feel so bad like reapplying if I had to. I never had to reapply. It's just kind of lasted as long as I needed it to. But this one is about like $20, and this one is like $11, I think, $9 to $11. So I don't know. You let me know. And then the Born to Glow has been discontinued, and I'm very sad about it because it was my favorite concealer of all time. If you liked how this one performed, you would love the Fenty Eavesdrops, meaning you would also love the new Nyx Bear with Me. I think it's very similar. This is also in the shade Vanilla. I just have a little bit more left of this, and I would just like to honor it and finish it and then throw it away. But I mean, if this was your favorite concealer and you were looking for something very similar and you like the formula and the finish, the Fenty and the new Bear With Me can replace that for you. So it's not like it's long lost forever like my Becca finishing powder. The other concealers that I have are the Dose of Color Concealer and the Kosas Concealer. These two are like my least favorite in my collection. I think this Dose of Color one, I don't know, is this one discontinued? I can't find it anywhere, like not even on their website. I think I got mine off of Ulta. Mine is in the shade 6 Light. It can work for me, you know. I think I'm holding on to this to do more of like a cut crease kind of thing when I start practicing cut creases. I don't really reach for this. The few times I've used it, it's okay, but even then, like, I don't know, I can tell that it's just okay. I have other things that I love a lot more. I guess I just feel bad throwing it out because I spent money on it, and I could repurpose it for other things. Like, this would be a perfect cut crease kind of concealer. So maybe I should just start practicing how to do a cut crease so then I can get rid of it. And then this is the Kosas Concealer in the shade, what do I have? I can't really read. 5W. I don't know if this is the right shade for me. I feel like it's a little bit too dark. Maybe this is my shade in the summertime when I have more of a tan. But when I compare it to like this NYX one in Vanilla is like my perfect shade. And I mean, I don't know, maybe they look similar in the vial, but I swear this one is just like a little bit darker, or maybe the like warm undertone is just a bit too red for me. I don't know. I'm not like so in love with this that like I'm like, oh, I need to use this all the time. I like my NYX and my Fenty a whole lot more, but I don't think it's bad. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of light and liquidy in the same way that the Fenty one is and that the serum is, but it does come like on this wand, and a little bit really does go a long way. So when I do use it, I can do like 2 drops under my eye, and that's enough to spread it into the shape that I like and get coverage. And I mean, it does last all day. I guess I'm just not happy with the shade overall. And then that's it for concealers. I could talk about primers because I have primers in this basket. So, okay. The one that I keep on me is my NYX Hydro Primer. And as you can see, like, I'm almost done with this. So, like, I have really positive feelings about this primer. Again, I don't really use primers ever. I'm not a fan of primers. I feel like they always kind of break up my makeup or they make my skin freak out, but I've really enjoyed this one. It's really good. So it lives in its home. And then I have 2 other ones. I have the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer in the Ultra Glow. This is a more dewy foundation grip. It is similar in consistency to the Milk Primer. I got this one as like a influencer, like PR thing. If you didn't know, maybe I'll link it if you guys are interested, but like I started my channel because I was leaving links on influencers and people really enjoyed my reviews. So I thought maybe I should just make a YouTube channel. I really enjoy this. It does like, I don't know, I had a lot more like a matte kind of or foundations in my collection when I got this one, and I loved the finish that it gave me. And then we got into a whole like skin tint kind of thing, so I haven't really been reaching for this. But if you like the consistency of the Milk Hydro Grip, I think you would like this one. One pump covers my whole face and gives me exactly what I need. So I really like this. Again, I think the finishing of the products that I already have do it for me, and I don't really buy full coverage heavy matte foundations at all. But if you have those in your collection and you're looking to maybe like kind of get through them but you're not into the matte finish, try this one. I think it's really nice. And then I have this Marc Jacobs Undercover Blurring Coconut Face Primer. I think I got this in like a trio kind of thing, because I have a few Marc Jacob products and I'm like, where the hell did I get this from? But I think I was at like TJ Maxx or something. Oh, I think I got my bronzer and it came with this and the face powder. It came in like a little box. I think the price of that box was like $70, $80, $90. I don't know. But I got it for like $15. So I'm like, oh, that's sick. This is definitely a silicone based primer, very much like that Smashbox one. I don't ever really reach for this. I don't think it's bad. I don't know. I guess I feel bad throwing it away because I've only used it like once or twice. But I don't think it's a bad concealer. Again, I don't know. Primers, I don't really use them ever. So those are my primers. Oh, I have one more. I do have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty, and I got this one when it came. This one's in the Universal Sheer. I did get this one when they first dropped, so maybe I should throw this one away. But as you can see, I really reached pan on this one. Like, is this empty? I don't know. Like, I can kind of scoop out some more product if I really wanted to. And maybe that's why I'm holding on to it, because I know I have a little bit left and then I could have like a true empty. I liked it for what it was. I think it's okay. I think if you're reaching for this, I would just suggest doing some skin prep with like a moisturizer, because this gives me the same effect as when I just use my normal moisturizer and then start my makeup. It's okay. I mean, I probably won't repurchase this one, but I don't think it's a bad product. I just know how to prep my skin, I guess, is what I'm saying. Okay, and then let's get into my face powders, because I have a few. So this is the Nabla in medium. This one, like I said, it's just a little bit deeper. It does, not that it like, I don't want to say it oxidizes on my face, but it looks lighter in the pan, but it definitely comes out darker. So this is more for like when I have tan skin, but I really like it. Again, this is my unopened backup of my Nyx Banana Powder. And then I have my NYX High Glass finishing powder. It did kind of crack on me, but I was able to kind of like press it into shape, so I'm not sad. This performs the same as the Becca one, and I got the Becca one only to compare it with this one to let you guys know if there was a dupe, and then they discontinued it, and I can't find it anywhere at all. I've been checking TJ Maxx and things like that like religiously to see if maybe it'll pop up, because sometimes they get old discontinued NYX items. This is the finishing powder. They have like another high glass item that they kept. I think this one just performs better. I like the finish that it gives my skin. I wish I could have it in medium and light. The shade that I have is medium, but that's okay. I'm glad to have it and I'm gonna use it, and I guess what I'm looking for next is something similar to this, as far as like a kind of a glassy, dewy setting powder. I don't know. Okay, and then I have some loose powders, and this is like my least favorite, so I'm not even sure why I have these because I'm not a huge fan of loose powders. I think it's just because I don't know how to use them, and even then the finish that it gives me, like, I hate it. So this one is the Halo Glow setting powder from ELF. This one is in their like translucent shade. I think I like this one the most out of the ones that I have. I don't know. I think I got these two at the same time. I think it's not bad. It's okay. Again, I don't know what to do with loose setting powders. This kind of just reminds me of my Nabla pressed powder. I think I'm just more of a fan of pressed powders. So if they came out with this in a pressed powder, unless they already have it, I don't know. I would go for it, but it's okay. I think if you're using these two together, it's nice. But like I said, if you just do your normal skincare and then, I don't know. I think these two play well together. So if you were someone that was already interested in these types of products, I would say go for it. The other two that I have this Marc Jacobs Finish line in 34 Invisible. It's the Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder. If I am using a setting powder, this is the one that I reach for the most. It does have this net in there, but I kind of like having the net because then when I put my brush in it, it kind of gives me the same amount of product that it would if it was like a pressed powder. This is really nice. This definitely blurs my skin. I don't think this is available anymore. I don't think any of the Marc Jacobs is available right now. I think they said that they weren't discontinuing their makeup line. They were just switching labs, so they were just trying to clear out what they had. But I don't know. They haven't even released anything from the new labs. I don't know what's going on with them. Again, I got this in that TJ Maxx thing. I think it's nice. So I'll probably use it until it's finished, but it'll probably last me forever. I don't know. It does kind of give me the same kind of effect as like the High Glass does, but this is more of like their transparent shade. So I just kind of press it in because, like, I don't know, I get breakup around like where my nose meets my face, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead, and that's mostly where I'm placing these loose powders like this. If I'm not using my Fenty as my skin base, and it works. I like it. And then the other one I have is this Laura Mercier finishing powder. I have never used this. I have never opened it. They had it at TJ Maxx. Like, look, the sticker's still on there. They had this at TJ Maxx for $12, and I mean, if you've watched any kind of beauty YouTube, you know that, like, this is the product that everybody swears by. This was a setting powder that I think started the whole setting powder craze. I don't know. Do I have it because it's a part of like makeup history? Sure. I don't know. I just thought that I would reach for it, but then I got my hands on like Nyx and Nabla, and I've never gotten around to it, is what I'm saying. So that just lives in my collection. Let's see if I even use it next year. Let's see. Okay, so the rest of the things that I have are my foundations. So I'll start with this one. I have the Becca Light Shifter in shade Light Seeker 2.5. This isn't my favorite skin tint of all time. It's almost too dewy on me. Like, I have to go in with such a light hand. And I know skin tints don't really give like too much coverage, but with what my Fenty gives me and how I don't know, I don't have to think about applying my Fenty because it gives me the coverage that I want, and I love the finish. This one, on the other hand, I have to go in light-handed. I don't even know what it's covering at that point, and then it's just leaving my skin like super dewy. I don't know, but I don't know. I haven't been reaching for it lately. I don't know if it's discontinued. I will see this shade in particular at my TJ Maxx a lot, so it's like trying to stay relevant in my life, but I don't know. I don't reach for it. I don't. But I don't hate it is how I should finish that. And then this one is the YSL New Bare Look Skin Tint. I really like this. I think this is a slept-on skin tint. I think this is like a happy medium between the Fenty and the Becca, where like the Fenty is more of like I don't know, like I think it has more of like a matte finish, but I wouldn't say it's like a true matte, but I wouldn't call it a satin. This one is super dewy. I think this one is more of a satin. I think this one is more of like your like most hydrated self. I really enjoy this. This is my summer shade. I do have to get it in a lighter shade, or is it Nu 8? Okay, so the shade I have is Nu 8. This is definitely more of like my summer shade when I have more of a tan. But I think it's a happy medium, again, between the Becca and the Fenty. So if you just wanted to look super hydrated, I would go with this one. And it's super light, and a little goes a long way, and you get nice coverage with this, and it lasts, and it feels good on the skin. So I would highly recommend this one if you had your eyes on it. If you didn't know that it existed, I have a first impressions video of it, and I'll have it linked down below. This is the Nabla Skin Realist. And I like this one more than I like the Becca one. So I think these two are supposed to do very similar things. And again, I think this Nabla one is also like, I have it in 3 medium. Yeah, this is more for in the summertime. I loved this in the summertime when it came out. It was absolutely beautiful. It gave my skin like this nice like dewy finish, and it was really pretty, and I really enjoyed it, and it was very easy to use. And I don't know, it has a little bit of like hyaluronic acid in it, which is nice. I mean, I don't know, for when makeup has skincare elements in it, don't use it to replace your skincare. Always do your skincare. But I think this is really nice. I didn't see too many people talk about this, but it's definitely one of my summertime favorites for sure. And then I have the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot, and let me tell you, I bought this exactly when it dropped. I have mine in medium 210. Let me tell you, I am so sad I bought this when it dropped. I wish I bought this when the brand was doing all the mega sales, because they started doing all those mega sales not shortly after this released. So this Cafe collection was the last collection Marc Jacobs released before they just went MIA. And this is technically a concealer, but you can also use it as a foundation, and it has like caffeine skincare elements in it. And I'm mad I bought this at full price, because I definitely don't think it was worth the full price. I think this was like $40 or something. I definitely do not think it's worth that. And I see it at TJ Maxx, and I get so mad. I'm so bitter about it. Okay, so this one it's a weird one, because I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't think it's perfect by any means. This is more for when you're like going on a coffee date. Like, I mean, I guess you could wear this to work, but it doesn't last very long. This is like I'm doing like a short meeting, or I'm meeting up with someone, and you just need to do the no makeup thing, where like you maybe need to kind of like cover up under your eyes and maybe some like a little bit of acne, and you just need to do a very thin base. This works better when it's used very thinly, very thinly. And even then it works more like a skin tint, and for the price, just get the stupid Fenty. Just get the Fenty Eavesdrops, not this one. Not that you could even buy this one. This one just makes me mad, but I don't hate it. I just know that I use this one where like I want to do eyeshadow, but I also have to go to the grocery store. So for the hour that I'm at the grocery store, it lasts me. This is definitely not something that I like to use on camera or anything else like that. Like, no thank you. I do have my Hourglass Vanishing Stick in the shade Nude. As far as like full coverage foundations go, this one is my favorite. This is like my favorite cream kind of concealer. I don't know how much I even have left of this, because I did buy this around like this time last year, I think. I don't know. I really do enjoy this. I think this is really good. I haven't really bought too much from Hourglass, just as like I haven't been super excited with their releases, and I don't know what the brand is even trying to be. I might repurchase this one, but maybe not, because like I said, I'm in the market for a foundation that is a little bit more full coverage, or I guess a little bit heavier than like a skin tint. But it might not be this one. I don't know. Like, but I just do like a little like 4 dots on my face, and then I can blend it out, and it's really, really pretty. But for the price point and like all the things that are coming out, I don't know. I think this is aged, and I think there's just better products out there. And then I have this Tint Contour City Balm from Givenchy, and look, I decluttered the one that I had opened, but I had bought a backup because TJ Maxx was selling these for like $20, and I thought that they were going to be good. It's a little bit drying, but if I use this with my like Urban Decay Primer, I can make these look like my Nabla Skin Realist or my YSL, you know, but then I already have my YSL and my Nabla, so I don't really need this, but because I have it and it's unopened, I maybe could pass it along to someone who is my skin type. I don't know, or like at least my skin tones. We'll see. We'll see if I even open this one, but that's why I have it in here. And then I'm so sad because I really think this one is like really long gone. But Natasha Denona has this Pore Vanishing Matte Foundation, and I have mine in 25NY Light, and this is my perfect shade. I can use this when I'm darker, I can use this when I'm lighter. It's really, really pretty. It is a more like liquidy kind of foundation, but I don't mind that because I don't go heavy with my foundation. I kind of like to go between a half pump to a pump of my foundations. Like I really don't go in heavy because I don't need to cover up too much on my face. I like my natural skin, but I understand with the kind of makeup that I like to do, I just like to have a little bit of a base, a little bit of something, you know, just something that evens me out and makes my skin look nice, whatever. So I really, really enjoy this. But this shade has been sold out on Sephora and has been sold out on the Natasha Denona website for forever. It's been on sale for forever, and there's rumors that she's discontinuing this and her Foundation X formulas. And I don't know, if she comes out with a new foundation, I am going to purchase it because I do love this one so, so much. I don't know, I tried to use the Foundation X and I just didn't like it. It might just not have been my shade, but when I purchased it, it was right when COVID happened, so it's not like I could go in and swatch anything. I tried to find something that was similar to this one, but all they had was like a 25N, and it was like too warm for me. So, I don't know. I really enjoy this one. If she releases a new foundation, I'm definitely going to purchase it, but I'm sad that this one is gone. I think I have like half of it left. You know, like that's pretty impressive for me. And then this has been like my go-to foundation for a while. This is the Uoma Beauty by Sharon C Flawless IRL Skin Perfecting Foundation. I have mine in Fair Lady T3. This is like the happy medium between a skin tint and this Natasha Denona foundation because it performs in the same way. It's very liquidy when it comes out, but like one pump of this is more than enough. And I don't really ever have to like wear concealer with this one. When I do wear concealer, it's a lighter shade to kind of brighten up under my eyes, to give my face a little bit more of dimension. But this is a really, really nice foundation. I prefer it more than the Uoma Beauty one that looks kind of similar in packaging. This one just sits nicer on my skin. This is that like Walmart exclusive brand. As far as that brand goes, I think this is one of the better products to come out from that collection. And because it's like a skin tint, the way that the range that it could cover is very wide, and they have everything from like super, super light to super, super dark. It is a Black owned beauty brand, and I think it's amazing. So I'm probably going to continue to have this in my collection and continue to use it. When I do need to wear more of a foundation, I do reach for this one. But again, I don't know, there's a new Charlotte Tilbury skin tint that's coming out in January that I know that I'm going to pick up. I want to try the, not Linda Halbed, Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I'll insert a picture here, but there, I also want to try that foundation as well, but that one's like $60, and I'm like, ooh, $60 for a foundation. I don't know, maybe she has a sale. Oh, I also have this like Tom Ford Soft Matte Foundation tester. I don't know. I think I got this in a Sephora purchase, and I don't know. Tom Ford is the same as like the Marc Jacobs products, where like it's super expensive, and I've only heard that like it's kind of whatever quality, and for the price that they're selling their stuff for, like I don't want whatever quality. I want something that is worth what I'm spending that kind of money on. But I don't know. I just keep it. I think I'm holding on to this for like future cosplay stuff. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I kind of forget that I have it, but that's it. I think that's all the stuff that I use for my face. Again, there are some things that like I would probably just declutter when it came to that time, especially because there are other things that I plan on getting my hands on. But for right now, I'm just gonna hold on to it. And you can kind of tell that like my trend is to go for lighter foundations, skin tints. Again, I like my skin to be visible and be present when I'm doing my makeup. Like it doesn't bother me because I like my skin. And now I understand not everybody is the same. I'm not saying that full coverage can't be beautiful and wonderful. And I'm not saying that, you know, that you couldn't be someone that does both. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to make someone feel bad because I like a different type of makeup, but I know how sensitive it can be to talk about like your skin and what you're looking for. So I don't know. I want to be mindful of the things that I say because I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. But that being said, these were all the items that I love and that I keep in my collection. And let me know in the comments down below, are you using a lot of the same items I am? Do you feel the same way about a lot of the items that I have? I mean, I don't know. Are you using skin primers? I would just like to know. I would like to know because I feel like the kind of makeup I did when I started to learn how to do makeup was completely different from what I'm doing now. Like everything was like a matte finish. Everything was like super heavy, full coverage. You had to have a primer, you had to have setting powder. And as I've been making these videos and kind of crafting my content and crafting my looks, I'm starting to discover what is more me and what I like the most as far as like makeup goes. So I don't know, making videos like this is kind of fun. But I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.